This Rayleigh leader only allows you to have a cost of 4 or lower in your deck. So, is it decent for rushing? Well, let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mabi here, and today I'm going to be giving you my personal deck profile for this Silvers Rayleigh deck that comes out in OP12. This is going to be my own personal deck profile. It's alright if you agree or disagree. Let us know what you would add or what you would remove. The whole game plan here is using all of your events for somewhat of a 2K, but also for finishing the game. You have a lot of characters that help you search and replace cards so you can keep on pace with people, and of course you want to just simply attack and rush when you can. If you guys just want the deck profile, make sure you pause and head on over to my website, MabiTCG.com. There you can get this deck and many others in image and text format. This deck is going to be for OP13 and below. However, there's no new OP13 card, so don't worry about that. Let's get started with every single card, starting with the leader. Silvers Rayleigh, OP12, 5000 slashing leader with 5 red life. Former Roger Pirates. The ability here is you cannot have cards with a cost of 5 or greater in your deck according to the rules. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's the only kind of decks cards you are running in this deck. You can activate this during your main once per turn, so it doesn't matter if this character, this leader is active or rested. You can use it in any order. You can reveal 2 events in your hand, doesn't matter if it's the same or different. Give up to one of your characters with a base power of 4 or less, 2000 power during the turn. So it's okay if throughout the turn they end up getting to a 5000 or 6000 attack. As long as they have a base, you can just continue buffing them up, and that's how it pretty much works. You want to use your leader to make sure your little guys are just buffed up so they can hit just the baseline of your opponent's attack, of your opponent's leader, so you can keep on really just chipping away at their life. If you guys are enjoying the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're really trying to grow the channel. It's free, it helps out a lot. I upload daily videos of deck profiles and duels for a lot of anime TCGs, so thanks so much. Alright, so the first card here is going to be Observation Hockey. Now, we are running a total of 18 events in here, in the whole deck. First one here is Observation Hockey from OP12. This one costs 0. Activate this during your main. You can attach 1 active Don. Remember, it's an active Don to your Silvers Rayleigh. So even though this is a 0 cost, it technically costs 1 if you want to use this ability. Then, when you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You can grab 1 red event, which every card is a red event, or 1 3 cost or greater character. You have a couple in here. You have basically your 3 cost higher characters are going to be these Sanjis, these Zoros, these Luffys, and then these Kidding Killers. So those are your 3 cost or greater characters. Then you place the rest on the bottom of your deck. So this is a pretty decent card. It's a searching card. You don't get a body on the board. You don't have a trigger. However, you get to attach an active Don to your leader, which is good for just simply attacking. So basically, you're just buffing yourself up with 1 Don, using a card, and then replacing it with something else. And this, of course, is one of the cards you can use to reveal with your leader ability. But there's also another card in here that says if you reveal events from your hand, you can buff stuff up, so this will really help with that. Next off, we have Armament Hockey from OP12 as well. Another 0 cost. So activate main. Once again, give up to one of your Silvers Rayleigh cards an active Don. So when it has Silvers Rayleigh in brackets, that means technically you could have a Silvers Rayleigh character card. However, as of this recording, there is no Silver Rayleighs you would want to add to this deck. That's a character card that fits your 5 or 4 or lower. So, but basically, if you had like a 3 or lower Silvers Rayleigh in the future, you can give them an active Don instead of your leader, which would be pretty cool. So if you are able to do that, up to one of your leaders or character gets plus 1000 during his turn. So if you use this for offensive purposes for your leader, 0 cost, give an active Don, and then boom, it gets 2000. So one card, 1 Don equals 2000 to 7000. However, you're most likely going to be using it for a counter in this deck. Give up to one of your characters or Silvers Rayleighs. Once again, it could be your leader or in the future another character. 2000 power. So this one's pretty versatile. It's a nice card. Okay, so we're running 3 of these. Now we have Conqueror's Hockey. This is probably one of the best sort of defensive cards in your whole deck. It's from OP12. This one costs 0. So counter up to one of your characters or Rayleighs gets 2000 power. And for a 0, nice. Then you can rest one of your Dons. So on your so if you really want to go for a very defensive turn, make sure you leave 1 Don up, and then make sure you have this in your hand, right? So you can rest another Don. Then all of your opponent's leaders and characters gets negative 1000 power during this turn. So this is really powerful if your opponent has like at least 3 attackers on the board, minus their leader, minus their other stuff. So you can use this as a counter with a lot of other cards, so you can combo them. And if you really need to, you can have a turn. We have like 2 Dons up, minus 2000. This is a really strong card. Okay. Time for the act of not doubting. That is strength. OP12. This one also costs 0. So activate this during your main. You may give 2 active Dawn to your Silvers Rayleigh, so this becomes a 7,000 attacker with just this. Then your opponent cannot activate a blocker the turn you gave it attacks. So basically, you want to use this as a way to bypass blockers to kind of go for game for the most part with this deck. You can also have it as a counter, just 2,000 power as well. So there's a lot of counters in this deck. We only have one character that's a 2K. However, you have a lot of cards that just give you a counter when you pitch it. So you have 14 2K technically counters in your deck. Okay, now we have Nami. This is from OP01. 1-2-1 on play. Look at the top 5. Grab a Straw Hat other than Nami and place it to the bottom. There's around, I would want to say, 22 Straw Hat cards in the deck. However, -4 of these Namis because they can't search for themselves. You have 18 cards you can search. And yes, that's pretty low. So I'm thinking about maybe not running this because it's a little low. But the fact that, you know, you can get some really amazing cards, especially these 2K Sanjis, these Gundam Gatlings, these other Sanjis, these Zoros, and these Luffys. A lot of your top end stuff. You just can't really grab a lot of these specifically Rayleigh events with this card. But I found out it works pretty well. It's also nice because it's your first character that we're looking at. 2,000. All you got to do is use your leader ability, make it 4,000, and give it 1 Dawn, 5,000 base to start attacking. Your next card is going to be Peony. This is from OP12. 1 cost, 2,000, 1 counter. On play, top 5. Grab 1 Luffy or a red event. The only Luffys in your deck are going to be these 4, which is a pivotal to your game plan. It really helps you. And then, of course, any one of your red events. So any of these events we've seen here, plus these other ones that we're going to be talking about a bit. These ones and these ones. So Peony, pretty good. Once again, same thing as Nami. Throw it on the board. Hopefully you get a card out. And then you can buff this up with your leader, etc. Start doing some damage that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have Buggy, really nice card from OP03. 1-3-0. This character not be KO'd when battling / attribute characters or leaders. Yeah, or leaders. So you can really use this and counterplay a lot of leaders and simply just have this be a super crazy menace. On play, look at the top 5. Reveal 1 red event. Remember, there's 18 in the deck, and then or 14. There's 14. 18 Straw Hats minus the Nami. So it was like or was it 18? Whatever, there's a lot. 14 to 18 events, and then add it to your hand. Then this one's a really good one because the next turn it'll be able to attack, and you don't have to attach any extra Dawn to it with just your Silvers Rayleigh ability of showing 2 events. This thing will have 2,000 extra power. This is a really great card. Even though it's a brick, it doesn't matter. This is one you're really playing out because it's super powerful. All right, nice. Good job, Buggy. All right, next is Boa Hancock. This is from OP12. 2-3-0. On play, look at the top 5. You can grab a Luffy or red event card. So basically, it's just a Peony. However, it's a little bit stronger. Then you can activate this during your main. You can also trash this character. Give up the 2 rested Dawn to your leaders or characters. So this is great on the field. You know, it's 3,000 power. Use it to attack, etc. On a turn where you pivot, it's like super pivotal that you keep attacking your opponent, or maybe you want to remove one of their characters, you can go ahead, you know, use your leader ability or attach some Dawn. You know, attack 5,000 or whatever you have to do, then trash this character. You pretty much want to at least attack before having to trash the character if you can. Unless the turn that you play this, you want to search and then trash and give 2, because technically if you throw this out and use the ability on the same turn, you're using 2 Dawn for 2 Dawn to attach to somebody plus grabbing a card in your hand. But if you're able to wait a turn, you're going to get the benefit of attacking first and then do that. So 2 rested Dawn to a leader or character just helps them out and do some more stuff. So really great card. Absolutely grab 4 Luffy or events. Now for the only 2K character in the deck, this is Sanjay from OP01. 2-3-2. Activate this during your main. You can add 1 card from your life area to your hand. You have 5, so you know it might happen. You're pretty tanky. This character gains 2,000, which makes it a 5,000. Then give this character 2 rested Dawn cards. So basically it'll become a 7,000 if you're able to do that. And you know, also with your leader ability, it can become a 9,000 if you really need to. No rush, but if you really don't have a play, you can. There's like worse cards you can play. It's terrible. It's absolutely not terrible if you need to throw it down, because you do have a lot of 2Ks in the deck. All right, Gum King Kong Gatling from OP06. This one costs 2. Activate main. Give up to one of your leaders or characters 3,000 power. So 2 for 3. So basically +1 for 2 Dawn. Then, if your opponent has a character of 7,000 or more on the board, give up to one of your leaders or characters plus 1 more thousand. So, best case scenario, you want to use this going for game. I've absolutely used this card, and I was able to close out a bunch of games because the opponent with your 2 extra Dawn on the board, they don't expect you to go up to 4,000 plus. So this is an extremely powerful card you can go for endgame. The trigger here is KO a 5,000 power or less. Pretty good trigger. But yeah, going for game, this is super good. We're running 2 of these. It's also searchable by your Nami and searchable by anything that searches for events. Peony, Boa Hancock, and even that Buggy. Really nice card. Okay, time for Sanji from OP10 331. So during your turn, this character gains 3,000. On your opponent's turn, it'll be back to 3,000. But on your turn, this is a character with a base power of, was it 4,000 or less? This one needs base power 4,000 or less. So if you just use your ability, it'll on your turn it'll be a 6,000 with your leader ability and 8,000 to attack. Really nice. When this is KO'd, which your opponent probably wants to get rid of, you draw 1 card. So you place it, you can pitch it for 1,000. It also replaces itself. This is a pretty great card. Also searchable by Nami. 2, 3, 4. All right, next up we have some Zoros from OP01 350. This just has rush, searchable by Nami. This one cannot be used with your leader ability. However, it's just a really nice and cheap attacker, really nice cheap rushing attacker. That's just it's not bad for a red deck. All right, now we have Luffy from OP12, really nice pivotal card of the deck. 4/4/1. If you have a total of 2 or more Dawn cards attached to any character, this one says this character is a minor translation error. On my part, this character gains 2,000 power. So if you have 2 Dawn to your leader, 1 to your leader, 1 to somebody else, this character will passively gain 2,000, making it a 6,000 on your turn and the opponent's turn. So on play, reveal 2 events from your hand, not hard to do. Play up to 1 red character with 3,000 or less power from your hand, then give a rested Dawn to one of your leaders or characters. So every card with 3,000 power or less will be the Sanji, which is, oh my god, it's really good. The Sanjis, these Boa Hancocks, these Buggies, these Peonies, these Namis. There's a lot of great characters to play. And even though it throws out something 3,000 or less with your leader ability, it really makes it great when they can attack next turn. So perfect. Really good card. This Luffy's amazing. Okay, so 4 of these. And also remember it's 4,000 base, so your leader ability can activate it, which makes it so if you have 2 attached on, 6,000 leader ability, 8,000. Nice. Cannon Killer, another great rushing card of the deck, EB01. This one costs 4, 5,000 power. This one has 0 brick rushing. And when attacking, if your opponent has 2 or less life, this character gains 2,000 power. So not usable with your leader ability. However, you want to start rushing and being super annoying with this, especially when your opponent's super close to losing the game, because it'll be a 4 cost for 7,000. Like this one, plus this Gum Gatling can make this essentially a 10,000 attacker with 6 Dawn, and your opponent might not realize that's coming through, especially if you would just attack it with your leader and be like, I used everything. Oh, boom, 6 Dawn, 10,000. Oh, like if they calculate it, it's like super surprising. So the only bad thing is it's not searchable by your Nami, but it's okay because you can also search for it with this event here that lets you grab 3 cost or higher greater characters. So nice, you actually can grab it. All right, the last card of the deck is going to be Gum Mole Guns from ST21. This one costs 4 for Emperor Straw Hat. This will just help you get rid of some cards on the board. Because you are running pretty much low cost cards, you're gonna have some extra cards. So if you end up like, having a 2 or 3 cost Dawn stuff, you can just throw this out. It's not too hard to pass to activate it. So give one of your opponents minus 5,000 power. Then if you have a power of 6,000 or more, which if you already have 2 Dawn attached to your Luffy, or if you use your leader ability, you don't even have to use an extra Dawn if you just have 4 Dawn. So minus 5,000, then you KO a 2,000 or less. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what's this really going to be used for? A lot of like big blockers. This will basically KO a 7,000 power character, or you can minus 5,000, maybe KO something else and then attack into the minus 5,000. Unfortunately, this one will not help you KO that annoying 7 cost Buggy, the one that is like a super crazy counter to this deck. If you really wanted to, you can add more stuff to help you lower cost, so you can combo 2 cards into that to get rid of it. But Buggy these days is, they're going to run a bunch. They have some ways to counter it, so it's a little tough, to be honest. It is really tough. If you really want to, if you know you're going to go against some Buggies, you need to add some more stuff to minus some powers or just remove some stuff. There are some other different sorts of events you can particularly use. The trigger here is to activate this main effect, which is really good. If you activate this main effect, you can KO a 7,000 on your opponent's turn. Crazy good. All right, so that is going to be the deck, guys. It's really nice. I really like using this deck. When I first built it and I posted one of my videos a couple of months ago with this one, I was a little skeptical. It didn't work out that well. But now, with this variation, I think this is really good. Like I said, I use it in OP13, PRB02, and of course OP12. It's really nice. And let me know what you guys think. What would you add? What would you remove? Make sure to like and sub. I upload daily videos and of course the website for more stuff. Thanks, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.